fans and newcomers. Let's get into these moments of the week 10. We got a pretty, well, we'll find out if it's exciting. We're going to actually find this out together because I don't know what's in this set. So we're going to get a quick overview. As you guys know, my personal policy is until I actually get my hands on the card, see their release, see their animations, I don't give a final verdict, but we can give an overview and see if anybody looks like they might be really good from looking at the new cards. So let's see what 2K gave us. So first we got Jordan McRae. See what he's running with. So he's a 6'5", small forward, 2 guard. Let's look at his badges first because that's super important. So the number one question is, does he have clamps? He has quick draw and range extender, which is huge. So he doesn't have clamps, but with quick draw and range extender and quick first step, he's at least a solid card as a shooter and a scorer, as a one-way player. Now, I still think if you want this kind of player, Markelle Fultz is your guy, but let's look at this guy's attributes to see if he falls into that group. So he has a really good three-point shot, solid driving dunk. Oh, lights out Josh. He has a 72 ball handle. Goodbye, Jordan McRae. Thank you for playing. Moving on, we have Michael Porter Jr. Is he going to be cheese? What kind of card did they give him? So we know he's going to be 6'10". He's going to be able to shoot. Let's see what badges they gave him. Catch, shoot, corner specialist, acrobat, blah, blah. Does he have range extender? He has quick first step. That's good. Quick draw, obviously. No range extender, but he is 6'10". So that's a big plus. And he has quick first step. So let's see what else they gave him from the attribute standpoint. So 88 3 ball. So if he has a good release, we could be looking at something nice. He has a 75 dunk. Mass Gizzy. Why? I'm taking the chat on screen, Mass Gizzy. Y'all can't behave, man. He has a 64 block, which is absolutely terrible in a 6'10 player. And since he's, what's up, Cam Powell, David, Bogdansky, I'm going to get it right every time from now on. That is a promise I will surely break. 78 perimeter defense. He is a horrible looking defensive card. I would still say that play the card to see. He's at 86 speed at 6'10", so that's some potential right there. But he is going to be a turnstile on defense most likely. Now, sometimes bigger cards can get away with it, but he's very perimeter oriented. He's not a like if you're like Blake Griffin where you're playing down low, you're not really worried about blow-bys as much unless you're playing against Giannis specifically. Outside of Giannis, most of the cards aren't so big and fast that they're going to be blowing by you. But this guy's a legit 3. He's not a 4. You're not going to put this character at the 4. His rebounding is just too low. So I don't know. He might be good in triple threat online, but defensively he is an absolute sieve. But he could be an interesting card. I mean, obviously not meta. So here we have Shabazz Napier. Now, he's going to be short. He's 6'1". So already not loving that. Wonderful three-point shot. 89 ball handle, which is excellent. 65 perimeter defense. Ouch. A 91 speed. Cool. 84 lateral quickness. Not terrible. He needs clamps to be a usable card. Because, again, that Markelle Fultz is so good offensively. I'm telling you, I can't say it enough. You guys know I was on that train early. He does have quick draw range extender. He should be a fun card. But if you're looking for, I don't know what his price is right now in the auction house, but if you're looking for a budget guard that has no clamps, Markelle Fultz is the answer each and every single time. There's no comparison. Markelle Fultz is, I've played with Graham, Devontae Graham. I've played with, what's the other one? Help me out, guys. Jamal Murray. I like both of those cards, but it's not happening. It's not happening. Markelle Fultz is better than both of those guys. All right, moving on. Dante Exum. So we got a tall point guard. He's going to be 6'6", which is huge, pun intended. Let's see what his badges look like first. He's got the dimer, which is great, and he's got gold clamps, also great. All right, so he's a 6'6" guard with dimer, gold clamps, quick first step, stop and go. I'm expecting quick draw. Yeah, obviously, listen, if this guy had range extender, he'd be a diamond card, right? So let's see. He does have an 86 3 ball, so a very makeable 3. This is a guy who it depends on his release, and I definitely am going to want to get a look at this card because this is a very well-built card right here. You know, the mid-range is not super great, which not the biggest deal in the world because it's not the best shot to take, but it is an advantage when you can pull up in that mid-range area and punish people who are just chasing you up to three-point line and camping the paint. Sometimes those are points you want, but this guy's solid. What's his speed rating looking like? Let's look at that athleticism. Obviously, he's got the ball handling. 86 speed for a 6'6" guard. Not great, not terrible. David Bogdansky says, you've been using Livingston. These 23s are killing me. Use the Bucks playbook. Get him in the corner on the perimeter. And okay, so here's a little tip for you guys who are doing Evo cards. If the card has a bad shot rating, and you're having trouble like getting open, because you will make less shots, or even on rookie difficulty, you'll still make less shots, especially if the person has like a 50 or a 60 3-point range. Just call for a screen and wait for the guy to walk backwards. Usually, if your guy's a bad shooter, the computer still treats them like a bad shooter. So bring a good shooter over, call a screen with a good shooter, and you know your guy's a bad shooter, so you should be able to get the shots off that way. But this card definitely super interesting. This is a card I will be looking deeper into when I see his animations, because he has some potential. Lonzo Ball, he's an amethyst. I'm a little surprised he's just an amethyst with the week he's had since coming back from injury. But let's see what he's working with here. So he is 6'6", which is interesting because I know they've been kind of, the 6'5" thing has been going around Lonzo Ball lately. So he's got an 83 3-point range, solid. 85 dunk, very good. 86 ball handle. 84 perimeter defense, which is to be expected. They could have blessed him a little in the rebounds. Lonzo is an excellent rebounder. 44 and a 61. That might indicate that he has a diamond card coming. 85 speed, don't love that. 86 lateral quickness, though, that is very good. He's got Hall of Fame floor general. You guys know how much I love that badge. Love Hall of Fame floor general. Again, you pair him with cards that are kind of on that borderline of speed boosting, and you're in the money. He's got clamps. He's got a whole bunch of great defensive badges. He's got the quick draw, needle thread of the great passing badges. Pro Touch is actually a solid badge. Yeah, this is a good card. This is probably a pretty good card. I would say definitely, play with the card, get a feel for it, obviously. But on the overview, Lonzo Ball looks pretty solid. Marcus Morris. Oh, he's coming to my Knicks lineup no matter what. I will be seeing this fool on my other account. So let's see what you're looking like. So he's 6'9", a little generous. I'll take it. So he's 6'9", 93 3-point shot. So already this is a usable card, right? Like any power forward who can shoot and chew bubblegum, it's a card you could use. He's got an 85 perimeter defense and an 85 interior defense. That's actually huge. Tell you why that's huge. Because he can rotate on pick and roll. He can legitimately play the 3. He can switch out. This is solid. I mean, the rebounding sucks, but pair him with a good rebounder, you should be fine. 84 speed. That is so good for a 6'9" player. Is this guy good? What's his ball handle? He has a 60 ball handle. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, a 78 speed with ball. So look, this guy can run down the court and pop those threes even off of a rebound or a catch. Let's look at the badges just to make sure. Hopefully he has range extender. Not quite as crucial on a forward, but it would be ideal. Hall of Fame catch and shoot. Hall of Fame corner specialist. This guy looks like a bucket. Oh, he's got clamps. Yeah, this card is a W. This card is a W. And he's got range extender. This card's a big W. I'm going to say this card looks meta. I would rather play this card than James Worthy. And I like James Worthy. I'd rather play this guy than James Worthy. He's a slightly worse defender, a much better shooter. And I have James Worthy's release down pat. I could play triple threat for an hour without missing with James Worthy. And this card, on paper, a better card. Now, obviously, if he has a terrible release, I take it all back. But on paper, this Marcus Morris Sr. card, God bless. He deserves it. He's been playing very well. But, yeah, woof, that's a smoking amethyst card. And he's an amethyst, too. Honestly, he's a diamond. In fact, before we get out of here with him, let's see why he's not a diamond. What's the stat? Well, his rebounding is bad. That's probably what's pulling him down from being a diamond. He has the bad rebounding. Yeah, because his mental stats are really high. Kelly Oubre, he's been dunking all over everybody. Let's see what they gave him. So he's a 6'7" small forward. Very important. So he's got a 93 ball, a 92 mid-range, and a 90 driving dunk with an 86 ball handle. And he's Kelly Oubre, so I imagine he's going to have good defense. This might be a really good card, guys. This might be a really good card. 87 speed. At his size, he's faster than Lonzo Ball and Dante Exum. That's great. Better rebounder than Marcus Morris. Wow. Wow, 89 lateral quickness. Again, to be expected. He's a good defensive player in real life. Let's see what he's looking at with the badges. There's 3 Hall of Fame badges. Pro Touch, Consistent Finisher, Relentless Finisher. I mean, he's probably going to be dunking all over everybody, to be honest with you, the way this card is. I'm very excited to try this card out. And he's got Range Extender. Wow. This is another one. This is basically a diamond card right here. I mean, honestly, I might play this guy. Like, this guy might make my main lineup. If his release is better than Tatum's, I might use him over Tatum. You see I'm comparing them directly right here. They're relatively the same size. I might sell Tatum if this card's any good. I'll pick up the card first. I mean, they're so close. He's a better rebounder. I mean, Tatum's a little bit better of a dunker. That's not accurate. They're relatively the same shooter. I mean, once your shot's over 86, 87, they're all the same anyway. So yeah, this guy's Jason Tatum's he's a better defender. He's gonna get more steals, but these 2 cards are really close. Well, he's not. I mean, Kelly Oubre is a better on-ball defender. Yeah, this card looks amazing. Wow, this guy looks like a serious W. Look at some people trying to get rid of him for 100,000. You know what? While this card is cheap, I would definitely look to grab this card at some point. My man, Russell Westbrook Defense Committee. So he's a diamond, which is to be expected. Why is he wearing a 2K jersey? Why is he the player model? This is not insider information, but I have a suspicion that because Westbrook was on live, they just want to do him dirty all the time. Either that or Scott OG just hates him so much that he just got a decree. I'll buy you guys lunch if y'all do Westbrook dirty in every way you can. Remember Westbrook had like the ugliest face model in the history? Not the history. I mean, they've had some bad ones, but he was pretty bad for a modern player. Westbrook looked like a Legends player, how bad his face was. All right, so let's see. He's got Hall of Fame quick first step. That is huge. Let me tell you guys something. That's going to be tough to deal with. His tight handles is the next most important thing. If he had Hall of Fame tight handles, he would be breaking people off left and right. He might still be doing that. Gold floor general, which is excellent. Quick draw, which is great. We got to see what his shot rating is going to be. Dimer, clamps, gold clamps. Yep, Showtime, which is actually, again, a better badge than people give him credit for. And he's going to be an above average, way above average rebounder for a small guard. And the way this game is built this year, you can rebound with smaller guards, particularly in something like Triple Threat, where there are only 2 rebounders on the floor at all times, because one guy's either contesting the shot or taking the shot, and the other 2 guys are really going to be available for rebounds most of the time. He only has silver tight handles, which is a little bit disappointing. Whoa, he has bronze range extender. What? That's crazy. Now we need to see what that shot rating is, fellas. A 73. Okay, it's a makeable shot. No question, it's a makeable shot. I would definitely put a 3-point shoe on here to get him closer to 80. And if you run floor general or in another character, it'll be above 80, and that'll make this card shoot a lot better, as long as his shot release feels good. He's got a 91 ball handle, only a 90 driving dunk. That's really interesting. That's really interesting, because he's one of the he's arguably the greatest guard dunker of all time at the point guard position. There's a few guys in that discussion. Derrick Rose. I mean, really, it's just him and Rose, right? Like, John Wall off the court, like, off the main court, it's a great dunker, but in his career, he doesn't really measure up to Russ and Rose, in my opinion. But anyway, let's look at the rest of his stats here. 90 defensive rebound, to be expected. 96 speed. So as a FYI, if you're running him with the floor general character at the 3, which I believe Hito has it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure Giannis has it. That's a 99 speed, guys. This guy has 99 athleticism. He has a 99 speed with ball, 99 acceleration. Again, it says 96 on the screen, but you should at least be running, gold floor general with this character. So to help out with the shooting, to get that shooting to an 80. You know, so if you get the shoe on there, you get the gold floor general at a minimum, and you're talking about he's going to have really an 82 three ball with bronze range extender. Believe me, bronze range extender is way better than you think. It's night and day. It's almost like clamps. Like bronze clamps is absolutely massive. This could be a really, really, really sick card, especially if you're not relying on him to shoot the three. If he's driving your offense, if you're bringing him off the bench, I will definitely be looking to pick this card up at some point and go deep dive into it. Hopefully he has a good shot release with this version of the character, with the quick draw and everything. He's going, we'll see, we'll check the prices at another vid. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, now his amethyst is already pretty solid, so let's see how he's looking. It's got an 88.3, 80 driving dunk, not super great. 86 ball handle, okay. 92 speed, that's huge because he's 6'6". That's huge. So, guys, this is what I was talking about. I was going to make a single video about this. The reason I wasn't bending over backwards for the Gilbert Arenas card, as great as it is, I'm not saying it's not a great card, but I feel like Gilbert, Derrick Rose, all of those 6'3" guards are going to be outdated, because the meta is going to shift towards these taller guards. And there are enough good players at these taller guards. Penny Hardaway is already there, kind of setting the tone. As these taller guards get more and more buff, those cards that are like 400 KMT right now, they're going to lose a ton of value as people just want bigger and bigger guards. Right now, people are just afraid of Ben Simmons, but as the game moves forward, you're going to be constantly dealing with guards that are a lot bigger than you. And that's a major factor. Hall of Fame floor general. Hall of Fame quick first step. What's his type? He's got gold clamps. This guy, he's looking kind of meta right now. Does he have range extender? Quick draw, no range extender. If this card had range extender, I would go ahead and jump off the bridge and say he is the, at worst, third best point guard in the game. If he had range extender. I almost want to say thank God he doesn't have range extender, so all of those other guards aren't obsolete. But if he had range extender, all of your 6'3" guards doing the same thing would be obsolete, because this guy's just literally bigger, stronger, faster, and does the same things that they do. So thankfully they haven't done quite that yet, but he looks like an excellent card. Definitely a meta card. You can run this card. Oh, wait a minute. It says shooting guard. Do they allow him to play point? They wouldn't do that, right? Oh yeah, no, they allow him to play point. I was about to be upset for a second. Yeah, so you can run it. You can legitimately run that card at the 1 or the 2. All right, Pink Diamond Devin Booker again with a 2K jersey on. What is happening right now? It's a moments of the week. Did he play for Team 2K this week? I don't know. All right, so he's 6'6". So all right, I'm gonna just see if this guy has clamps. That's the number one thing. So we expect the shooting to be out of this world. If you know basketball at all, Devin Booker's a bucket. We know the shooting's outstanding, right? He's going to shoot like James Harden. He does not have clamps. I would definitely not get this card or play this card. I would only use this card for the auction, you know, for the auction house. Although I'm looking at these bids, I think the community might already be hip to it. I think the community at large might be well aware, because these are really, I don't see one high bid. That's crazy. He's probably not getting pulled a whole ton. But look, Devin Booker, you're going to cook on offense. But this is why I praise the Markelle Fultz card so much. Because the Markelle Fultz card is pretty much this good on offense. Like, if you're a skilled player, you're not going to feel a major difference. We didn't even look at the ratings yet. Like, obviously, his shot's going to be in the 90s. His ball handle is 86. What's his speed? His speed's at 89. So he's actually slower. I imagine he's a worse finisher. Yeah, he's got a 75 driving dunk. So this card might legitimately be worse than Markelle Fultz unless you make it up to yourself to pull from three-point range. Ori must ask, should you keep Lonzo and Oubre? I would say hold on to those cards and try to find other versions of them. I mean, they are going to sell for a lot right now. So if you're just trying to flip cards, they are good cards to flip, probably, depending on how much you got them for, if you pulled them, if you sniped them. But I do think that they're both very good cards. With Oubre, I would say you can sell Oubre because as good as he is, if you're a wing player and you're not Kobe or Paul George or Tracy McGrady, you know, one of those guys, Jimmy Butler, you're replaceable, right? Like they're all interchangeable. And since DeMar DeRozan, there are so many cards in that group now that yeah, you pulled them. I would probably put them up for auction, to be quite honest with you. I wouldn't keep any card, like, to be totally real with you, if it's not a budget card, I wouldn't keep any card that didn't have clamps, range extender, 86 ball handle in the wing position, because too many of them have it. David Bogdansky asks, what's a good shooting guard for around 70K? For much less than 70K, you can get Jason Tatum. What is this guy going for? What is Kelly Oubre going for? Because Kelly looks really good. I mean, this Kelly's going for pretty cheap right now. You might want to grab this Kelly Oubre, man. Did he have range? Yeah, he has range extender. This card is fantastic. I mean, on paper, he's fantastic. God, should I buy this card, guys? I know he's probably gonna come down. Sometimes they go up in price, though. You know what? 19K. We gotta go to the auction house on this. We gotta go to the auction house on this. Now I'm downright curious. Moments. Oh my God, he's not up yet. Are you serious? Right? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's weird. It's because in the business you're supposed to put a 0 before the 1. So what did I see him for? I saw him for 19. So we'll put the maximum buyout at 19. So guys, the overview is basically over. I'm just doing this on stream because why not? Okay, 17, 14. Whoa, 14. Yeah, so if I can snag this Oubre for a good price, and it's looking like a pretty good price for this card, Matt, wow, now I'm wondering if something's wrong with him. He's just going down and down and down. I'll play 10K on an experiment. All right, guys, we're going to put Kelly Oubre on the team and look at his animations. In fact, yeah, we'll just go into the deep dive right now as a little reward for everybody who chimed in. Add to collection. And let's see if we picked a lemon or if he's tight. Who are we replacing? I'll sit down Paul George for now. Oh, he can't play 2 guard. Okay, that's fine. All right, guys. So the overview, there's a bunch of decent cards. Nobody that you need to bend over backwards to get because they didn't put like a magical card in there. But I would definitely say take a look at the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Lonzo Ball, and the Marcus Morris. If you're looking for a stretch 4 and who can also play the 3, he looks really solid, really solid for an amethyst. Great shooting, solid defense, good athleticism. Now we're going to look at Kelly Oubre's animations real quick, because if he has a good release and good animations, then I will personally value him very highly. 10K seems like a steal for what he's bringing. I don't know any other card you can get for 10K that does all that he does. Just as a quick reminder, look at his hot zones. The whole court is a hot zone. This dude has hot zones on the bench in the parking lot. He got a hot zone at the concession stand. All right. I mean, the 3-point is a 95. He's a two-way player, and with the coaching boost, and I think floor general might be kicking in, he has a 91 ball handle. Are you kidding me right now? Oh my goodness! I'm gonna go ahead and say get this card. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend getting this card. This is a straight up recommend, just off of what I'm seeing right here. He's got the Hall of Fame finishing badges. No Hall. Okay, so the one negative to this card is he does not have quick first step or tight handles. But I mean, he's a 3 and D card with a 90-something 3 ball. I can definitely tell that he doesn't have quick first step. So Markelle Fultz allegedly doesn't have quick first step, but he's hella fast. This card, I can definitely tell that he doesn't have quick first step. But that having been said, what he normally is, he does. Oh, that's a good release. That's an excellent release. Wait, a little early. Yep, there it is. There it is. Yeah, this card's super good. And look, as far as I'm concerned, the behind the back's the behind the back. With a card this tall, this athletic, this good on defense, for 10K, he is way too close to Jason Tatum to be 10K. If you can get this card for 10K right now, I definitely recommend it. I mean, 10K, that's like what? A half hour on Triple Threat. He's definitely in my lineup. Unfortunately, he only plays the 3. It says he can play a power forward, but there's no situation in which I would put this card a power forward. He's just not big enough. I don't love that he didn't dunk that right there. But yeah, I would definitely play this card. I like this card. I like this card a lot. He's a little slow off the dribble. He's probably good as a rim runner. Oh yeah, look at his running speed. Good lord. Look at that. Look at that for your small forward. So yeah, he's a fast card, athletic, not the greatest dribble moves in the world. Let's see his step back. Not a great step back. So yeah, the thing holding Kelly Oubre back is he doesn't have great dribble animations. He has a nice hesitation step back though. Let's try that again. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. So, you know, this is really important when you're coming off of screens and people are, you know, recovering and chasing you down. You want to be able to hesitate into that three-point shot immediately, you know. And the thing is, the good hesitations, you can cancel the animation really early. So you see I canceled the animation there. He didn't go into the whole animation. I know most people in like the park do that, but I see it a lot less in my team. I only see some people do it. And it's a really important move. It's a really, really important move. So how quick he picked the ball up, set his feet, went right into the green. So coming around the screen with this right here, I mean, look at how much he's greening. Need I say more? I like this card a lot. His side step with the right stick. What do you mean his side step? Which input, Matt Skizzy? Which input are you talking about? I don't know what you mean by side step. What shooting guard would I recommend for 60K? Jason Tatum probably is the one I would probably recommend the most. And if you can still get the Eddie Johnson card, he's pretty good. Yeah, I do. I think this Lorenzo24 says he's a good bench player. I totally agree. He's a great backup 3. You know, especially if you're running something like the Westbrook card, who's your offense, and this guy's just kind of there to make plays. Now, I do still think it's important to have this behind-the-back dribble, because when they catch the ball off of it, like when they're in a situation where the defense is moving and they're closing out, you want to be able to hit them with this right away and finish at the basket. And that's something we didn't do. We didn't look at the dunking animation. So let's look at his dunks real quick as well. We'll look at his dunks and his layups. As you know, we like to go fully in depth, not just look at a card based off of stats. He has that rotten... I mean, it's good for messing with people's timing, but it's definitely easy to block. And he keeps doing it when I'm holding forward on the stick, which is a little strange. Yeah, I don't love his layup package. So the thing about the Kelly Oubre, I don't like his animations. His stats are great. His ability in the game is going to be great. He's going to play really well for you, but he has to stay in his lane because he just doesn't have the top tier animations. And just for comparison, let's get Paul George. You know what? Let's a closer comparison. Let's get Jason Tatum. Is he still on my team? No, I don't have him on the squad, unfortunately. All right, we'll look at Paul George. So with Paul, who has a worse hesitation, actually, you can just see Paul has just better. He just moves around the court better. You know, that quick first step is in full effect. You know, his hop step is absolutely stupid, even though Kelly Oubre has an equal dunk rating. He just doesn't have the dunk packages. So the thing holding Kelly Oubre back from being like an amazing card is he just doesn't have the animations. Oh, are you talking about this one? Is that the side step you're talking about, Matt? That one right there? How much is PG-13? PG-13 was roughly 100K last I looked at him. He was like 90, 100K. I don't know if his price has come down because of the presence of DeMar DeRozan, but I think PG-13 is absolute top in the game because he's 6'9", he could play the 2 guard, which is just horrible for everybody else. You know, like literally that can ruin somebody else's game plan. Like they can just say, well, I'm not going to play a small guard because this guy's running Paul George. So let's look at that hop jumper. You want to do it. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty good. His side stuff's pretty good. What's his left trigger look like? He's got a quick stop on the left trigger. Yeah, this guy just has bad animations. That's the only thing. He has the animations of like a Ruby card, to be honest with you. Like a bad Ruby card. But he has the stats of a diamond card. So, user mileage may vary. And that's why we like to take a deep dive. You know, he has an excellent release. I'm sure he's going to be a world beater on defense. He's going to finish for you. He's going to finish alley-oops for you. But the 80 ball handle and the high speed just aren't enough with his animation package and the lack of quick first step. You know, on paper, Markelle Fultz should suffer from the same problem, but he has way better animations. And again, I think the quick first step thing on Markelle Fultz is a glitch. I think he actually has it, and it's just not listed as him having it. But yeah, this is a good card, not a great card. I think 10K is a great price to pay for a card with all of his attributes. And again, he's got the range extender, so he should be hitting from back here. Lonzo or Markelle? Oh, Lonzo, because Lonzo has clamps. Yeah, always go with the clamps card. Although, again, if you're running a budget team, then I would say Markelle, because clamps isn't as necessary when you're running lower overalls. Markelle is I think he's a third guard on a meta team. Like, you can get away with it by hiding him. And he's a first guard on a low overall squad. In fact, he's probably the #1 guard on a low overall squad. He's basically the Steve Francis card, you know, but taller. Like, he's almost exactly like that. He's like the Steve Francis. He's like the Diamond James Harden. Like, he literally has all of their powers, the Markelle Fultz card, but just doesn't have the defense that the new meta cards have. You know, the way it is now, if you don't have gold clamps, you should probably be looking to upgrade. Yeah, this card, shooting, feels great. Great shooter. Easy release. I'm talking to you guys. That's a nice dunk, actually. And I'm still getting his release. So I'm going to look at his fancy dunk, and then I'm going to shut down the stream for now. Oh, he's got a 360. Not too many people have that. That's interesting. So, and keep in mind, through all of this, this is also a good defensive card. And this is what I was talking about, like, with Tony Allen. Like, I would never play that Tony Allen card over this guy. Tony Allen is a midget. He's a bona fide shrimp compared to Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre literally does everything Tony Allen does, but he's a better finisher. He's a better shooter. And he's 6'9", 6'8"? I mean, he's very lanky. If you're starting PG as Graham, I would personally upgrade to Markelle for sure. And yeah, I would run Markelle and Lonzo. So you're running size and defense versus offense, and you can run whatever matchup you want. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, throw them up there now before I sign off. I'm just going to take a quick look at the auction house to get a look at these prices so you guys can see what people are going for. I'm not going to buy right now, but I do have some cards to sell to get my MT up a little bit. And I might get into the market on this collection because I do love the tall point guards, and I definitely have to get the Russell Westbrook. Yo, thank you so much for the sub, Orimus. Much appreciated, man. So I'm getting the Westbrook because I'm a Westbrook fan. So I just got to have the card for the fun of the game. Everything's not always about getting the most meta thing ever. Sometimes you play video games for fun, right? Tony Allen screams first team all defense, so therefore he's better. and you know, just to be clear for anybody watching the stream, I don't think Tony Allen is a bad card. I just think he is low on a totem pole of a whole bunch of cards that do the same thing. You know, cards that shoot and defend and so on and so forth. But overall, I would definitely give this collection a lowercase W. You know, it's not a major W, it's a lowercase W. I don't think there's anybody that you absolutely have to have, but there are some nice budget options in here, and I would definitely say I'm going to keep my eye out on these low-rated cards because some of them are tall guards with clamps and stuff. So if you're a tall guard with clamps, I might be wanting to holler at you. You know, that's just the way I look at the game. I love height. I love athleticism. I also love shooting, but you can get shooting anywhere. You know, like if the rest of your team can shoot, you don't need everybody to have range extender. If everybody had to have a badge, between range extender and clamps, you'd rather have range extender. You can take 1 or 2 people to not have range extender because there's only so many places on the court that you can shoot from long range anyway, right? So most guys are going to be shooting from the corners, or they're going to have the ball in their hands, and there's going to be about 3 people on the court who are shooting from long range up at the wing. So that's the bare bones for me. What's Marcus Morris going for? He is going for, let me see. But alright guys, thank you again so much for watching the stream. I will be streaming more as I get these players. We will be going fully in depth into every player that we acquire. Definitely Russell Westbrook. Definitely Marcus Morris. I just don't know if I'm getting him on this account. I probably will. He doesn't look super expensive. So we'll be taking a deep dive into as many of these cards as we can get. But that's the overview for right now. If you're running a meta team, there's nothing in here that I think changes the meta. But there are some good cards that might fill out your meta squad if you have some slots open.